Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and welcome to the flight test portion of the review for the DYS X160 micro race drone. If you missed part one, I'll have the pop-up in the description up here. I'll have the pop-up card for the unboxing and setup, and also it kind of shows you how to go ahead and put a receiver in this one. This is an ARF version type drone, so it's almost ready to fly. You just have to supply your transmitter and your receiver and your batteries, and you're ready to go. So today what we're going to be doing is running it through two of these batteries. These are 900 mAh 30/60C 3S LiPo batteries, and the first flight I'm going to do is just going to be a line of sight. I'm going to kind of see how it does in its self-leveling mode, and then also in its angle mode or rate mode, and see how it does line of sight. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop in the next fresh battery and put my goggles on and do some FPV flying. I got the output to work on this Easy Cap, so I can record the actual FPV footage of what I'm seeing in the goggles from the camera right onto my cell phone. So that should be some good indication of how the video looks for you guys, so you can see how the camera looks. Okay, so let's boot this guy up and do a line of sight. Before I fly, I'm just going to explain what I had to do. I was going to try to not do any kind of setup on the computer as far as the flight controller goes, but I actually had to just go in, and all I've done is assign some of the switches for the different flight modes. So the switch here all the way to the back is normal self-leveling, and then this switch to the middle is going to be horizon mode, which is self-leveling with the ability to do flips, and then all the way back is going to be acro mode. So that's the only thing I touched in the flight software, only because if you do plug it straight in, it's not going to know how to switch between the flight software. So I'm going to have one more video also showing how to configure this whole thing up in the Clean Flight software, so stay tuned for that video as well. But let's just go ahead and fly this line of sight, see how it does. Okay, so arming, I'm in normal mode. I'm going to go all the way up to normal mode. I'm going to arm to the bottom right. We can see the prop start to spin. Okay, so a little bit of weird chatter in the beginning. And so right off the bat, I'm noticing that it wants to pull to the right in self-leveling mode. It's wanting to pull hard to the right, so I'm going to have to fix that. Let's see if we punch the throttle, how it lifts. Pretty quick. This is all out of the box stock settings on all of the PIDs and the yaw. Let's see what our yaw is here. A pretty quick yaw. And so this will be pitching all the way forward in normal flight mode right now. So that's full pitch. So that's a good 50 degrees about. Full pitch. So it's not going to go over upside down because it's in normal flight mode. Okay, now I'm going to switch to horizon mode, which is normal leveling with the flips. Okay. So we got to be careful how much we're giving the right stick some input. So let's just go ahead and try a flip here. All right, flips nicely. A little bit of a weird chatter. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to, this is supposed to be somewhat pre-tuned out of the box. So there's a roll flip. You guys can see that chatter. That's kind of strange. It seems like, see that there? Not sure what that is. That's probably going to be some tuning. So right off the bat, not too impressed with the pre-tuned claim that DYS does on the flight control software, but you know, it's so variable as far as the weight, the battery weight, and all that kind of stuff you put on here, and the center of gravity. That stuff should be able to be tuned out pretty easy, but it's going to take some work on the computer to tune that out. So I'm going to go into full rate mode now. So this is full acro mode, which is actually a little tough to fly line of sight because you have no self-leveling. Whoa! No harm done. Looks fine. So I'm just going to fly around a little bit, do some flipping, and then I'll go a little farther out once I get the goggles on so I can kind of see what the camera's seeing. Yeah, so it seems like when you give it full throttle or when you're coming down and you're giving it thrust up, it gets that chatter. Let's get a close view of this guy. Flip's really nice. It seems like the rate on the pitch and roll are real nice. They're actually pretty perfect. So maybe that's what they mean about pre-tuned. It's not too fast. It's nice and smooth. It's not too slow. Easy to do flips. Watch out, butterfly. Uh-oh, we got a curious butterfly here. Don't want to grind them up in the wings. All right. So we're just going to do a few more flips. All right. Flipping really nice. I'm going to try to get the transmitter in view here so you guys can see how I'm flipping, if I can manage. That's basically flips right there. So it does seem pretty quick. I'm not digging that chatter. Whatever that fluttering chatter is, doesn't seem like it should be there. So we're trying to tune that out in when I make that tuning video. Whoa. So those kind of little hits on grass especially, it seems like it's going to be fine. I don't foresee any breakage on little minor crashes like that. Everything seems okay. So right when I land, I'm going ahead and I'm turning the throttle off to the bottom left. I'm turning the motors off, just so the motors don't bind and spin. You can set up in the Clean Flight software. If you want to assign a switch for the motor cutoff, you can do that. You can also make it so when you arm, they don't spin. If you wanted to, it's totally up to you. I'm gonna go back into horizon mode, and we're still getting that pull to the right. Okay, so I've gone maximum all the way to the left on the roll trim, and it's still slowly going to the right. So there's our battery warning, kind of a low voltage battery warning there. So we're going to go ahead and land this guy. And we're going to go ahead and pop in the other battery and try the FPV on it. See how that works. Start off right in acro mode.
Stereo on flight mode acro.
And see how we do. Yeah, that flutter is a pain in the butt for sure. So you can see that flutter right on takeoff. It's kind of irritating. And I'm still getting some flutter. Really don't know what that's all about. So that's going to be something that's going to need to be tuned out. We're just going to try to fly around. I'm not going to go too far out because my video's a little weird. Let's go ahead and do a flip. wow, so it rolls pretty quick. It's just that you can see when I'm on the throttle pretty hard, it does this weird flutter. Again, I know I'm mentioning it over and over, but that is pretty irritating, that flutter. It seems like out of the box it shouldn't be doing it that much. And I'm sure you guys can see this screen is all weird and clicking. So hopefully that's also something that can be tuned out. Yeah, it's pretty hard to fly with this weird screen interference. I'm willing to bet it's either the polarization is wrong on the antennas. This is probably a left-hand polarized antenna in the craft, and I'm using a right-hand polarized on my goggles. Nice flipping. That chatter is really irritating. Oh! Yep, so we're still getting some weird clicking when we launch. Some weird interference. Here we go. Finally getting somewhere with this thing. As you can see, I'm still a very noob at FPV. Whoa. Hoo-ha. Oh. Okay, so that flutter makes it really tough to control when it does go into kind of its flutter mode. Whoa. Alright, disarming.